Hello everyone, welcome to the channel Unshackling Sudokus and Puzzles. So on screen we have today is a classic Sudoku by Kumaresan, and as you can see the theme of the Sudoku is the letters S and K. So as we understand, Kumaresan's son SK Prasad is celebrating his 20th birthday today. So on behalf of the channel Unshackling Sudokus and Puzzles, we wish you SK a very happy birthday, and may all your wishes start becoming true from this birthday. He is commonly or he is nicknamed among his friends as SK, and that's why this theme. Unique way of wishing birthday by Kumaresan to his son. So happy birthday again, and with that we'll start solving the Sudoku. The rules are normal. Each row, column and 3 by 3 box will have digits from 1 to 9 without repetitions. So many of Kumaresan Sudokus in the past have been hard and have been notably used to explain some advanced classic techniques. So I don't think this will be an exception too. So let us start solving this Sudoku. And as usual, we'll look for digits that can be placed easily. There will be a 3 in one of these cells because of the 3's here, and there is a 3 here, which means that we'll get the 3, and that gives a 3 in one of these cells, because in row 7 you have 3's in row 8 and row 9, and that gives a 3 here. So which means for row 4 you can't have 3's here, and that gives a 3 here, so which removes the 3 here, and I get my 3 here. And now in column 6 there are only 2 cells for the 3, can't be here and cannot be in this cell, so these 2 cells will have a 3, and rest of the back boxes have lots of options for 3, so let us not try placing them. 7 is in row 4 and row 5, which means 7 must be in one of these cells. Okay, so we can try to solve the Sudoku maybe based on the structure. So as you can see, in column 6 there are 5 givens already. So which means that these 4 digits must be 1, 2, 3, 4, because 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 are given. And if you look at this cell, it cannot be 1, 3 and 4. So this would have to be a 2, and which means these cells become 1, 3, 4. And that 3 removes the 3 from here. So this is 1, 4. And box 5 suddenly appears more constrained now. 2, 5, 7, 1, 3, 4. So these 2 cells must be 6, 8 and 9, right? And there is an 8 here, which means this is not 8, so this would be 6, 9. So let us look at row 7. We have 5 digits, 1, 3, 6, 8, 9. So remaining must be 2, 4, 5, 7. So I can't have a 2 here. I can have a 2 here, but in box 9 and row 7 I can't have 2. So which means that in row 7 my 2 must go here. So this is a 2, and that gives a 2 in one of these cells. And these cells must be 4, 5 and 7 for the row. So I can have all of 4, 5, 7 here, but this cell can't be a 5. So this is a 4 and 7. I can place 9, right? 9 in row 7 and row 9, that gives me a 9 here because of the 9 here. So 9 would have to be here, and 9 must be in one of these 2 cells, this or this cell. So where do I look for now? Maybe these 2 cells are a good place to look at. So 2, 4, 5, 8 and 3 and 7, because I am looking here, already 6 givens have been eliminated from these 2 cells. So 2, 3, 7 and 4, 5 and 8. So which means that the remaining digits are 1, 6 and 9. So let me place them. So these cells must be 1, 6 and 9, and I have 1 and 9 here. Beautiful. There is a hidden single here. So this cell cannot be 1 or 9, so this would have to be 6, and this would have to be 1 and 9. And now, nice guys, superb. So look at this 2 digits now. It can't be here, and you can't place 1, 9 here. So which means that I am getting a locked pair 1 and 9 in row 4 column 1 and row 6 column 3. Very beautiful, right? Superb. After we got this naked single here, so we are getting a beautiful pair. So which means these 3 cells cannot be 2, 3, 6, 7 or 1 and 9, so they would have to be 4, 5 and 8. And you have 1, 7, 9 here, so which means these cells are 2, 3, 6, and this would be 3, 6 because of the 2. So can I remove anything? You have a 2 here, so which means that this cell would have to be a 2 because 2 can't be here, and this would have to be a 3, 6. So start is not so difficult, but maybe it will become tougher later on. So there is an 8 in row 8, 8 in column 8, I am getting the 8 in box 9. So 1, 2, 3, 8, 9. So both of these cells can be 4, 5, 6 and 7. Let us not write that for now. 2, 3, 6, 8, 9. So remaining candidates are 1, 4, 5, 7. I have 1, 4 here. So this must be a 1 and 4 and this must be a 5 and 7. And I don't think I'll be able to resolve this yet. This is not yet resolvable. Okay, I can remove the 8 pencil mark from here because of the 8 here. 8 is not in row 9 column 2, 8 is not in this cell, so 8 has 2 options left in this box. Okay, I mean left in this column, so that may be of help later on, not sure. So let us look at column 4, 1, 3, 4, 8 and 5 and 7, so remaining digits must be 2, 6, 9, I'll pencil mark them, and this removes the 6 from here because of this 6. And that gives me a 5, beautiful. So row 1 and row 2 have a 5 and row 3 has only one cell left for the 5. Okay, let me look at column 2 now. 1, 3, 6, 7 and 9. Remaining candidates are 2, 4, 5 and 8. Both of these cells cannot be 5. So they must be 2, 4, 8. And this 8 removes the 8 from here. This must be 2, 4, 8. Okay, this is 4, 5, 8 and this must be a 2, 4, 5 because of this 8. So for now it seems as if we are making a lot of pencil marks, but at least this Sudoku was not as hard as the previous one where even placing the second digit took a lot of time, right? So 2, 3, 6, 8 and 9. So which means these two cells must be 1, 4, 5 and 7. So 8 and 9 must be in these three cells. Can I do anything with that? No, nothing. So 8, 9 must be in these three cells. Okay. So let me look at row 6 now, 2, 4, 6, 5 and 8. So these cells must be 1, 3, 7 and 9. So I have a 1 and 9 here. So this must be 3 and 7 and this 9 removes the 9 from here and this must be 1, 3, 7. Just I am writing the candidates in row 6. Okay, so 8 is in row 5, 8 is in row 6. So 8 must be in these cells because of this 8. I am getting the 8 here. Great. And let me write the candidates here. This must be 4, 5, 8, 2 and 6. So 1, 3, 7 and 9 and you have 1 and 7. So this must be a 3 and a 9. Right? No other possibility. So if I look at these cells, they can't be 2, 5, 8, 1 and 4. So they must be 3, 6, 7, 9. 3 here. Okay, 3 is already in these 3 cells, which means that these 2 cells must be a 6, 7 and 9. The problem here is that this box is completely empty, guys. So if we had some givens here, we could have started placing some digits. So the thing is that there may be something that we have to do on this part of the grid sooner to get all these digits. Okay, so if I look at these cells, they cannot be 2, 3, 7, 8 or 9. So they must be 1, 4, 5, 6. I have 1 here. So this is 4, 5, 6. And I have a 5 here. So this is 1, 4 and 6. And this must be 1, 4, 5 and 6. So can I do anything in this box? I have an 8 here. I have a 5 here. So 5 is not here. So 5 must be in one of these cells. And that removes the 5 from here and gives me a 5 here. Beautiful. So a very hidden kind of single. So you get the 5 here. 5 has only one option in box 6. So 5 goes here and this cell now becomes 1, 4 and 6. 2, 5, 8, 3, 7 and 9. So 1, 4 and 6. And this cell must be 4, 6 and 7 because without the 5 this would be 4, 6 and 7. So that's almost a triplet here. If this cell is not a 1, I would have got 4, 6 and 7 here. Or even if this cell is a 6, we would get a triplet here. Something going on here maybe. Okay, let us look at column 7. 1, 8, 9, 2 and 5. So remaining digits are 3, 4, 6 and 7. A 6 here gives a 3, 4, 7 here, no 6. And this is not a 3, so 4, 6 and 7. And this would be 3, 4, 6 and 7. Okay, I am not writing 4 candidates. So if I look at box 1, 2 cannot be here, 2 must be in these cells, that is in rows 2 and 3, and 2 in box 2 is in row 1 and 3, and 2 in box 3 is in all the 3 rows. Okay, I thought I saw something there, there's nothing. So there is a 3 here, I can remove the 3 from here, so this is a 1 and a 7. So I think I may start writing 4 or more candidates now, guys. So that doesn't seem to be anything easy in the grid. So 9 is in these 2 cells, 9 is in these 2 cells, nothing there. 9 is in these 2 cells, 9 cannot be here, so 9 is in these 2. Okay, am I seeing something here? 9 is in these 2 cells, 9 is in these 2 cells. Okay, so we have, beautiful guys, I'll highlight this and show you. So for that I need to go and take the surface tab, right? So let me just, sorry for the inconvenience, I needed to do that. So at this point in the grid we have a beautiful Xwing, guys. Maybe this is the break-in of the Sudoku we are looking for. So if I look at rows 2 and row 6, so I'll highlight the cells which are containing the Xwing. So I was looking for the 9s and I suddenly spotted this. So if you look at row 2, 9 can only be in these 2 cells, right? No other cell can take the 9 in that row. Row 2 column 3 and row 2 column 5 are the only cells which can take the 9. And similarly, in row 6, column 3 and column 5 are the only cells which can take the 9s. So when you have such a pattern, rectangular pattern in which you are restricting the possibility of candidate in one row into 2 columns and in another row in the same 2 columns, then you can get an Xwing pattern. So what this helps is that, so you can remove 9 from all these cells. All the highlighted cells will not take a 9, right? This is already a given, so I am not highlighting that. And all these cells, pencil marked cells, will not take a 9. Beautiful, right? So we may use this to complete the Sudoku. This is a very powerful technique, Xwing. So we have made some videos on this also previously, so you may check it out from our playlist. So let us see if this is helping. So I can remove the 9 from the yellow cell here. So this is not a 9, 6 and 7. This becomes 6, 7 and yellow cell here. So it can't be 1, 3, 5, 6 and 9. So this would be 2, 4, 7, 8 and 8 is here. So this is 2, 4, 7. Okay. And any more 9s I can remove. Okay. These don't contain a 9 and this already doesn't contain 9 because of the box. Okay, not much. So we were able to eliminate 2 candidates as not being 9s. Okay, 2 cells as not being 9s. Maybe that will help. So we got a 6, 7 here. Is that supposed to be combined with something else? Not really, I don't think so. Okay, I will start writing some more candidates, guys. Maybe that is what we are supposed to do here. This would be 3, 4, 6, 7 for the column. 1, 3, 5, 6 and 8. This would be 2, 4, 7, 9. Okay. So 1, 3, 5, 6 and 2. So this would be 4, 7, 8, 9. So as a rule, I start making these digits only when the Sudoku becomes harder. And if I am not able to spot something easier prior to writing these candidates. So as you can see, I wasn't able to see anything here. So I thought of writing, maybe there is quadruple in the grid. So I haven't done anything in this part of the grid or maybe this part of the grid, guys. But there is hardly any information there. Can I do something here? So as I said, there is something going on here. So if I have a 6 here, I would have got a triplet here, or if I had a 6 here, I would have got a triplet here. So let us see in a reverse way. Let us see if one of these cells is a 6. So to get that, so let us think what happens if this cell is not a 6. If this is a 3, I get a 7 and 1 here, and this becomes 4 and 6. Beautiful, guys. Superb. Superb. This kind of thinking has helped us. So we had almost a triplet kind of thing right here, right? So I assume by thinking what happens if this cell is not a 6. So if I have a 3 here, so this becomes 7 and this becomes 1 and this would be a 4 and 6, right? So which means that I'm still getting my triplet, sorry. I'll make a corner pencil mark here with the red. So I'm still getting a triplet 4, 6 and 7. Even if I don't have a 6 here, I will still get a triplet 4, 6, 7 in that column. So which means that these two cells cannot be 4, 6 and 7, because if this is 6, I already attained my triplet, and if this is not a 6, I am getting 4, 6 pencil mark here, which again gives me a triplet. A different way of looking at the Sudoku. So which means that these cells cannot be 2, 5, 8, cannot be 4, 6 and 7. So which means that these cells must be 1, 3 and 9. Beautiful guys, a really tough way, and this cell eliminates the 1. Is that giving me something? Oh no, nothing guys. That doesn't seem to be anything. I just got some candidates here. So I'll remove the highlighting first. I mean, they're not helping me anymore. So I'll just remove them and get back to solving the grid. Okay, so I have 3 in these cells, right? I have 3 in these cells. I have a 3 here. I have a 3 here or here. There seems to be something, guys. There are lots of by-value candidates, as you can see in many of these cells. I'm certain there's something going on. How did the 9 get removed from here? So this must be 1 and 9, right? Because these two cells were a pair. So there is something going on here, guys, right? So in harder Sudokus, as we have said in a previous video, always look for cells with by-value candidates. That means which have only 2 or more, which have only 2 possible candidates in them, and try to link them in some meaningful way. So this is usually how the harder Sudokus work, because obviously when you have lots of candidates in a cell, it becomes difficult to eliminate them. So when you have only 3 or less than 2, 3 or less than 3, it becomes easier to remove a candidate. So do I have any skyscraper logic in here? 9 must be in these 2 cells. 9 must be in these 2 cells. Okay, nothing there. 3, 5, 9. So it could possibly have anything of 6 digits here. Okay, I'm seeing something very long range here, guys. A really tough way to look at. But let me look at this once again. So if I have a 9 here, this becomes a 3. 3. This becomes a 9. This becomes, oh, beautiful guys, beautiful. So this is like 4 or 5 steps ahead thinking. You need to have spend a lot of time to look at the grid. So my line of thinking was, I was trying to look along the by-value candidates and see if I could get anything meaningful. And since there were lots of pencil marks, that kind of helped me. So what I'm going to do now is again make use of the surface tab, and I'll show you what kind of thinking I had, right? So if this cell is a 9, so let us see what happens. So if this cell is a 9, let us try to map the positions of 9 here. So if I have a 9 here, this becomes a 3, right? And this becomes 7 and this becomes 1, which means that this cell would be, you have a 4, 6 pair here, right? A little bit long range thinking. So I'm not able to see anything else in the grid. I'm going to make use of this. So if you have a 9 here, this becomes 3, this is 7, this is 1, and you have a 4, 6 here, which means this is a 3 and this is a 9, right? So with the 9 here, I am forced to get a 9 here. So, and this 9 gives a 9 here, right? Now look what happens in box 1. The 9 is removed from this cell and the 9 is removed from this cell, and these 3 cells already don't have a 9. Tough one, right? So which means that this cell cannot be a 9. I'm not even sure what this technique is. I probably think this is a chain. Really long range kind of thinking. Maybe you guys can write in comments if you found something better at this point. But we are going to use this chain to continue the Sudoku at this stage, because this is a harder Sudoku, guys. There is only one given at this in this box, so it's definitely expected to be harder. So I went along as I explained, my thinking was, how to continue along with the 9. So I basically thought about going with the 9s because 9 was in these two cells, 9 was in these two cells, 9 was in these two cells, and 9 was in these two cells. So this helped me. So a 9 here gives a 3 here, which in turn gives a 7 and a 1 here, and that big, so that means we get a 4-6 pair. That gives a 3 and a 9, and that removes both of the 9s from box 1. Beautiful. So which means that a tough one to look at. So this is really tough, and it's highly uncertain that I would have spotted this technique in a contest under timer pressure. There is no way I would have seen this. So which means that this cell is not a 9, this has to be a 6, and that gives a 3 here and a 9 here. This 3 becomes a 6, which means that these two cells will be a 1, 4, and this becomes a 9, and there we go, guys. So we have spotted the break in uncertain. So which means that this would be a 1, this becomes a 7, and this becomes a 3. So these two cells are not a 3 now. So we get a 4, 6, 7 pair, and 7 is removed from these cells. So this is not a 7, and this cell is also not a 7. So this is 4, 5, and 6. Okay. Is there more twist in the tail now? Okay, 6 is here, so I remove the 6 from here. These two cells must be 2, 9. So I'll remove the corner pencil marks, and this cell is not a 9, so this is a 6, 7. Because of the 2, 9 pair, so we remove the 9 from there. Let me remove this corner pencil mark too. This is 1, 3, 4. Okay, 6 is here, right? So we remove the 6 from this cell. This is not a 6, so 4, 7, that gives a 5 here and a 6 here. Superb. So this cell is not a 5, this is 4, 7, and we got a 6 here, right? So which means we can place the 6 in row 9 by classic. So 3, 5, 6, 7, and 9. So these two cells must be 1, 2, 4, 8. You have an 8 here. So this is 1, 2, 4, this is 2, 4, 8, and this would be 1, 2, 4, and 8. Okay, I got a 5 here, which means that this would be, oh, I could have placed this digit at the very start, guys. Stupid me, I mean. These two are given, so I got a 4, 5, 8 here, so I would have got a digit here. Sorry for that, I could have spotted this at the start itself. So 5, 8. Okay, I don't think this would have actually helped in the start because it is not combining in any meaningful way. So I don't think this would have influenced the solve really. So we can remove the 4 from these cells. So 2, 7, 2, 7, 9, and this cell will be a 2 and 7, right? We got the 9 here, so which means that this cell cannot be 2, 7, 9. So this would be a 2, 7, and that gives a 9 here, and this is not a 9. Okay. Okay, I have a 2 here, right? Which means this is a 7, this is a 7, this is a 5, and this 7 gives a 2, a 4 here, and an 8 here, which means that this cell must be a 7, and that is a 6, this is a 7, and 4 and 7, so which means this is a 6, this is a 1, these two cells must be 3, 4, and that gives the 2 here. So we are getting digits thick and fast. This 8 helps us resolve this 5, 8 pair immediately. This 7 gives a 4 here, a 7 here, and a 4 here, which means these cells cannot be 3, 6, 7, 4, 8, 9. So they must be 1, 2, and 5. So I'll quickly resolve the 4, 1 pair first, and that becomes 1, and this becomes 5 under 2. And this 2 gives a 2 and a 9 here. Okay, so 4 is resolved now, which means this cell is not a 1. So you have a 3, 9 pair. So let me remove the corner pencil mark. So 3, 4, 3, 9. And this cell is not a 6, this is a 4 and 7. Okay, 7 is here, which means that this is a 7, this is a 4, this is a 4, this is a 3, this is a 3, this is a 9, and remaining digits are 1 and 8. 8 is here, so this is 8 and this is 1. And with that we have completed this classic Sudoku by Kumaresan. A very tough one. So birthday themed surprise to SK. So I hope you guys enjoyed watching me solve this Sudoku, and we once again wish SK very happy birthday, and hope you have a great year ahead. So take care you guys until we see you again with a video. Bye bye.